Hey, now that Australia has had a government for 2 cycles now, I was wanting to start a conversation about some structural changes that Australia could put in place to make life a little bit easier for Australians. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about was energy. I think nothing is happening around the corner when it comes to energy. A lot of things have been talked about, but nothing actually is changing. Dutton proposed nuclear, there was the hydro dam in the past. What I suggest democratizing solar, and that will allow to empower individuals. Now, how do I want to do that? I want to change it so the feed-in tariff, instead of it being a credit, make it cold hard cash. Now that would increase investment in solar, investment in batteries. It'll allow people to have lower electricity bills, and it'll allow people to be able to look at their return on investment more substantially. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about was the HEX system. Now, the HEX system is this huge beast. The government's getting more in HEX than it is in taxes from mining companies. Now, what I suggest that we change is we get rid of indexation. I think indexation is horrible, and we've seen the effects of that after COVID. The next thing I wanted to do is I wanted to link it to super instead of your pre-tax income. So what that'll do is that'll make it so it seems more like it's an investment in yourself as opposed to a tax that you have to pay. Now I call it the invest in yourself scheme. Now what that'll mean is that the super will be your investments minus debt equals your net worth. And I'm willing to hear other people's opinions on this. I'm sure that it can be improved upon. But I just think having that come out of your pay every fortnight is not the best way of doing it for young individuals. It disincentivizes people to study, which isn't good long term, and it's disempowering the youth. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was getting rid of red tape and only certain taxes. Taxes are a very important part of what makes a society work. But I do think certain taxes like payroll tax is something that should get rid of. Because a business that's succeeding and hiring more people shouldn't be hurt because of that. They should be wanting to succeed, and we should be helping them succeed. And so I think getting rid of payroll tax and other taxes like that, certain regressive taxes, would be a good step in the right direction. And when I talk about red tape, I'm talking specifically about things like a hairdressing certificate. There shouldn't need to be that barrier to entry for people wanting a job. It should be about the business owner hiring the best people. It should be about training. It should be about the business wanting to succeed and putting systems in place for the business to succeed. And I think that makes society better overall, instead of just people having to pay for a certificate. The next thing I want to talk about was super. Super is this big black box that we can talk about forever. But I do think that there are ways to allow people to access that money to invest. And I mean invest in businesses, I mean invest in themselves, I mean buy property. I think that there's more that we could do with that. Now I think that because of that, there's a lot that we could do. I think that there's so many ideas out there circulating, and I just think that we can grab a few. Because I think the current system of, especially the first home schemes, which is just doing it doesn't do anything. It increases the price of property. It still means that people are bottlenecked. It really doesn't help the situation at all. The last thing, which I think is the most important thing, research and development. Australia used to be the forefront of research and development, created Wi-Fi. We've done so many important things, but we've stopped doing that. And I think increasing that, that could be in our defense budget, that could be in our uni budget, it could be in anything. But I think empowering companies, especially small businesses, to invest by giving out grants, I think that would really empower individuals to make society and Australia better for everyone. Thanks. Let me know what you think. I definitely, I'm not set in stone on any of these. These are just thoughts. I'm willing to change my mind on anything and everything. If you have a better idea or a better opinion, I'm here to listen and learn. I reckon really whatever gets Australia to better standard of living, better society, better everything is good, and we shouldn't look at that, and we shouldn't have our opinions set in stone. Awesome. Thanks, guys.